Hello again, my name is Morgan Petty, and I'm going to be teaching you guys on how to make a veggie pizza today. Now hear me out, it's not your typical type of pizza. This is a lot healthier alternative than what you're typically used to. There's minimal baking involved, and it's a delicious snack that you're going to be able to eat for a little while. I will be walking you through each and every ingredient and utensil that you might need, as well as step-by-step instructions on how to make it. First off, we're going to start with our veggies. Right here, we have diced Roma tomatoes and sliced cherry tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes are my personal favorite. I don't really like grape, but they're cool too. Second, right here, we have diced cucumber. And in this last bowl, I have diced yellow and orange bell pepper. Next, I did choose one herb. I chose cilantro, and I understand a lot of people don't like cilantro, but I personally love it, so I'm going to drown my pizza in cilantro because that's what I want to do. You guys have this option as well. If there's a specific herb or vegetable that you like, drown your pizza in it. Next, we're going to move on to our seasonings. The one you need to have is your ranch seasoning. This one is the one you need to have. Now, for the rest of your seasonings, you can choose one, you can choose none. You don't have to add any if you don't want to, but I chose to add quite a few today. I chose seasoned salt. This is Morton's, but I suggest Lawry's. Lawry's is way better, tastes way better, has a better aftertaste. Next, I have garlic salt, cumin, and Old Bay. If you're going to use something like cumin is very strong. Use it in minimal amounts. Next, we're going to move on to our cream cheese. You're going to need a 2-pack of cream cheese. And then you're going to need a 2-pack of croissants. I don't have a 2-pack of croissants here because I used them when I was cooking, but you will need that as well. When you move on to your utensils, you will need something to cut with. I used a dicer because it is just way easier and takes up a lot less of my time. You just stick it in there, boom, you got it. Next, you will need a medium bowl, maybe one a little bit bigger than this, and then a spatula. This one will fit it just fine though. Lastly, you will need a 9x16 sheet pan. This is about an inch thick and it is 9x16. It's got my finished pizza on it. After you have all of your ingredients and utensils together, you will want to make sure that your oven is preheated to 350 degrees. Once you start doing that, you will want to move on and take your bowl and your spatula, and you will want to combine your cream cheese and your seasonings inside. Now, this is all to taste. So after you add your 2 blocks of cream cheese, which, by the way, I would suggest microwaving for about 30 to 40 seconds if you do not leave it out to soften, because it makes it easier to stir. But as far as the ranch seasoning goes, you just keep adding it until it's a taste you like. I like strong flavor. A lot of people don't. It's whatever you choose. Like I said earlier, if you use something like cumin, minimal amounts, I wanted more of a taco flavoring to my pizza, so that's what I went for. A little bit of Old Bay. Old Bay is also very strong. And then garlic salt and seasoned salt, which you also want to go very light on if you're using 2 different types of salt, which is what this is. It can be very overpowering. Once you have combined those, you will want to take your 9x16 sheet pan and your croissants. You'll take your croissants and you'll push them across the bottom of the pan, making sure you cover every square inch. I would suggest greasing your pan if you don't have an already greased pan. You will stick that in the oven at 350 degrees for 9 minutes. Once your 9 minutes is up, you take your pizza out of the oven and you want that to cool. I would give it about 20 minutes, but typically it'll only take about 15. It doesn't take very long for the croissant crust to cool down. It only needs a little bit. Once that has completely cooled down, you will take your cream cheese concoction and you will want to start adding it to your pizza. I do it in dollops on each corner and then I slowly spread it inside, making sure you don't want to tear up the croissant crust as you're going through because it is very delicate. Once you have your cream cheese completely set through, you will take your choice of veggies and you're going to sprinkle them across the top. I sprinkled all of mine and then I had chopped up some cilantro that I added across the top later. After you have finished with all of your additives, all your veggies and stuff, and sometimes I sprinkle a little bit of seasoned salt on the end if I didn't season the cream cheese a little too much, and it's nice too. But once you have completely finished adding your veggies and anything else that you want on top of your pizza, you're going to put it in the fridge. You want to put it in the fridge for roughly 30 minutes to an hour, but 2 hours it's going to sit best. Once it's completely set and it's good to go, you'll take it out of the refrigerator and it is ready to eat. You do not have to bake any more past that point. That is it. And you're done. You have a veggie pizza.